Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owen.
Owen who?
Oh, when the Tigers go marching in.
Oh, when the Tigers go marching in.
Oh, how I want to be a West
some
Tiger.
corp.
Oh, when the Tigers go marching in. Welcome to the Win, Learn or Draw podcast, because the Tigers never lose. They either win or they learn, or sometimes they draw. Hammy, let's get stuck straight into it so we don't have to explain why your voice is so hoarse.
Yep.
How was Magic Round?
Well, as the name would suggest, it was magic. And capped off by another win for the West Tigers at Magic Round, which we love to see.
Big W.
Yeah, big W. Great.
No sponsor.
Great show. If you want to jump on board as a sponsor, love to hear from you. Some of the best prices on some of the best products. No, it was fantastic because it wasn't so long ago, the Lang Park Lecture Hall, we were there learning. And now, like one of those people who goes to uni, does a course, and then, goes well with their studies, ends up teaching at the same establishment. That's what we're doing. The Tigers taught at the Lang Park Lecture Hall, which I felt a lot better.
Yep. As a home game too. So, we went there, we learned about the establishment, about the parameters of the field and everything. And then we used that learning to teach.
We did,
which is the way it works.
That's pretty much how it went. But look, it's it is, I reckon, the greatest weekend on the Australian sporting calendar. Magic. Have you been up before? Have you done one?
I haven't, mate. It's bucket list for me next year.
Yeah,
got to do it.
I think we have to go.
Yep.
As touched on last week, knowing our luck, it'll probably be the first year the Tigers are not a part of it. But I think win, learn or draw, we need to be there next year.
Good point.
A lot of Tigers fans getting around up there. Lovely to meet a lot of win, learn or draw listeners up there. I think we'd be silly to not be getting ourselves up there in 2026.
I almost think we could lean into it being a buy as well.
Yep.
And try and get a big portion of Tigers fans up there.
Like it.
To bring like the jungle up there, and then almost like a random South Sky thing, but 1,000 of us.
Yeah.
We're not even playing and we'll be there.
Well, there's a lot of Manly fans there this year and they weren't playing. It's actually a really good way to enjoy Magic Round because you're guaranteed 2 points. Yeah, the pressure's off. True. You can really let the hair down.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Loved it, but I am running on fumes a bit. I wear a Fitbit to bed to kind of like track my sleep and stuff.
Yep.
2 hours and 50 minutes of sleep I think I got today.
Wow.
My alarm went about 16 hours ago. So I've been up. It's been a rough day. I was sleeping on a beanbag in the orange room. Not long before you got in.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, thanks for joining.
Hey, pleasure.
I wouldn't have expected anything less.
Yep.
You are committed to this show, more so than your other commitments, maybe. So, really, really appreciate you being here.
You haven't seen my partner in a while, but that's okay. She understands. Hey,
you still got a ladies' day, so
took a ladies' day, so you actually owe me. You're welcome. Hey, speaking of being at Magic Round, I actually got your present while I was up there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna let the present speak for itself. If you're listening to this, it's well worth probably checking out the YouTube or whatever. Just cover your eyes for a second. I'm just gonna get it for you.
Yep.
Do you have a guess like what it is?
I'm gonna say it's another Tigers scarf.
No, not quite.
Okay.
Heads up.
Oh, baby! No way! The World Sevens jersey.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's in desperate need of a wash. It was worn by the NRL roast on.
That smells like Roasty.
Yeah,
and not the good type of roast.
No, that's right. It smells like learning because that's he's a Dragons man. So
thanks, Roasty.
Yeah.
Oh, did you bargain for him? Is this something?
No. Oh, so I'm going to get to it in the set of 6. So I'll explain exactly what it's from then. But it's a 3XL. But you'll grow into it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If I can, eat a couple more pies and like that hill and a footy, I think I'll be fine. Yeah. More beers as well. West Tigers bitters, they always help.
West Tigers bitters, 100%. Yeah. But they were flogging them up there at Magic Round. One of the great things there, you get a lot of like retro merch. The one little constructive criticism, I do think it feels a bit naked without the Proton Cars logo in the middle of it. But you're getting those aggressive claws all over down the sides.
I mean, it's the exact design that I love, as you know.
Yeah.
The more the merrier, as I say, on a jersey.
Whack it in the middle of here.
Oh, yeah.
Not that we'll probably go to the wide very much today, but there you go.
Beauty. Well, let's take a moment. We just mentioned YouTube. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please pass on the message. We're punching our way towards 1,000 subs.
Yep.
Similarly, if you're consuming anything on Instagram, please share it. Give us a follow. Share our stuff and make sure other people follow as well.
Yep.
Almost 1,500 at time of recording.
But who's counting? Almost 50. I reckon by the time this is out, there'll be 1,500 on there, fingers crossed. And yeah, about 800 or so on YouTube.
Yep.
There will be yet to be decided celebration or potentially, you know, the release of some merch or something like that when we hit 2005.
Why is that? Why 2005?
Oh, I'll tell you what. Go and Google West Tigers in 2005. And then I'm not even going to say what it is, but you're going to have a fantastic time when you get there. So 2005 subscribers on the YouTube channel and 2005 followers on the Instagram page. Which I think that'll come first.
Yes.
When we get there, there'll be something to celebrate. Let's just say that. Yep.
Yes. We want to spread the win, learn or draw
Yep.
message far and wide, and how that happens at 2005. We don't know, but
spread the syllabus far and wide.
That's right.
Yep.
Students of the game.
That's right.
That's right. Maybe a mortarboard hat with a West Tigers logo.
I like
or
it.
something. It's not a bad idea.
That sort of area. Yeah.
Let's chat through the result.
Yep.
We taught, as we mentioned, 34-28 against the Dragons on Saturday night.
Never in doubt.
Never even looked like losing.
Nah. Nice, easy watch, that one.
Few pivotal, which is our kind of cliche at the moment, isn't it? That's a Tigers. But these are the games, as I was kind of, I've mentioned a few times across this podcast, these are the games we used to lose.
Yes.
And for some reason, things are going our way in certain moments and we're winning. We'll touch on one particular moment a little bit later. I know you've been a busy man.
Yep.
How's your 30-second summary?
Well, I reckon I'm going to be the closest to 30 seconds I've ever been for the sheer fact that I haven't actually written one verbatim. I'm just going to freestyle today.
All right.
Hopefully...
Bit of V-Rabbit, 8 Mile.
Yeah, exactly.
Bit of freestyle.
Hopefully we kind of, just give you a little bit of a flavour of what kind of went down.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right, early warning signs at the Lang Park Lecture Hall. Dylan Egan scores first within 5 minutes for the Dragons, but we bounce back through the Forbes Ferrari, who scores not once but twice over the course of this game. Taruva, Death Taxes and Tino scoring a try. He gets over as well. It's a dominant first half. 5 tries on the board to the 2 from the Dragons. It's looking like it's going to be a nice, easy win. Not the case. They come in with a bit of a wet sail. Former Tiger Jacob Little scores twice after coming off the bench for the Dragons. A little bit of a scare. Adam Dewey just about locks it up. Hamish Stewart scores with 3 minutes to go. I think we're... the heart rate goes through the roof. I think we're about to cop another lesson. But thankfully, the West Tigers hold on for a famous win at the Lang Park Lecture Hall. How'd I go?
48 seconds.
Well, I told that's probably the closest I've been across the whole.
I mean, we've been spreading it out and out and out, but that was as close as we can possibly get, I reckon.
Yep.
So well done.
Thank you.
And well recapped without a script. I feel like you were reading something though.
Yeah, I had just what time people scored, basically. That was what I based it off. So, yeah.
That's the script.
Yep.
Look, if you're a West Tigers fan, you've got to become a member. It's
Get on
an
there.
absolute mandatory.
Yep.
Plenty of benefits. Not that you need them
Yep.
beyond becoming a member, but there are different tiers. We know about the Hames Paint
Yes,
offer.
we've gone on ad nauseum about the Hames Paint. And for good
20%
reason.
off. Yeah.
Already well priced, extra 20% off. That's just if you need another reason, not that you should, to become a member.
That's right. And 10% off the Raw store as well.
Raw store,
Speaking of-
ROAR, that's spelt as well. Credit where it's
right.
due.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I think we were first though with Raw Emotion.
I wouldn't want to push back too hard on that. I reckon they might have just pipped us. But regardless, fantastic play on words. Yeah,
Definitely. And I got an email the other day as well. I'm sure you received the same because you're a paying member.
of course.
Exclusive merch to members.
Yeah,
so
saw this.
Benji's coaching hat.
Yep.
Not his exact hat, but that style.
Yep.
The white one with the black brim.
Yes.
Mate, that is
Made famous through the very brave press conferences a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
And I think
exactly.
due to, they actually, I don't know if caved to public demand is the right term, but they, the public going, where can we buy these awesome hats? They've, now they're available if you're a member.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And no one else can get them.
Yep.
You have to be a member.
You do.
So the result. How was the atmosphere at the ground? It was a very topsy-turvy game, as you touched on.
Yep.
It felt, a little bit shaky in that second half. It's almost like we didn't come out and want to blow them. Like, it would have been nice to come out and put them to bed, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't quite do that, but
Percentage
comfortable enough
booster.
in the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But a 6-point win. We'll take it. It's a W.
Yep.
A big W.
Yep.
How's the atmosphere?
Atmosphere was awesome. I mean, we were headlining. They saved the best till last on Saturday. It was, some great games on that day. We had the Cowboys and the Warriors just before as well.
That was a cracker, yeah.
Warriors fans probably, excluding Tigers fans, were probably best on ground for the weekend. They travel well, the Warriors fans.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Tigers fans were kind of stationed just in the bay next to them, and they gave them a good run for their money as well. They were up and about, making plenty of noise. Obviously the first half was party time.
Yep.
Second half was a little bit more of a sweat, but got the job done, which we love to see. And good to see that we hold the Dirty Merger Cup, because we didn't have it last year. We copped it down at Wynn Stadium, or Lost Stadium as I called it last year. 50 points they put on us, officially put the line through us to not win the comp.
Right.
So it was nice to bounce back from that and win the trophy back.
Yeah, definitely. The Jack Bird Cup really belongs in the West Tigers Trophy Cup.
Back where it belongs. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And very happy we got the win, especially given you read these stats, right?
Yep.
We lost line breaks 12-2. We let 12 line breaks through.
Yep.
Tackle breaks, they had 42, we had 17. And penalties, or six agains, they had 9, we had 5.
Yep.
So backs against the wall kind of stuff.
Now, I mentioned this at length with Roasty sitting next to us, that the referees, once again, rolled out the red and white carpet for the Dragons all night.
Yeah.
They're getting the rub of the green the whole time.
Yeah.
Very frustrating to watch.
Yeah,
but look, that's just the sign of a great team, isn't it? Despite being obliterated in the penalty count. The only thing that actually does count is the points that you score on the scoreboard.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're scoring more than most teams at the moment.
Quick
We've won
maths.
5 out of 9 games. We have a winning record,
Yep.
which is fantastic stuff.
Still got a bye in hand as well.
And we're winning away from home too.
Yep.
I know that was a home game.
That was a home game.
Yes.
Just a reminder. One of our 5 home grounds.
Yeah. 5 home grounds. That's right. What did it come last week? It came 05, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I had it at 5th, but
maybe that might change.
I mean, good. We're 100% win record at that home ground for the year.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
More home games at Suncorp, you think?
No, not for me. But if I was a Brisbane fan, a Tigers fan in Brisbane, I'd love that.
Brisbane Tigers. They have got the East Tigers up there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we don't want to, tread on their territory.
Yeah.
So, no, I'd like to keep Leichhardt and Campbelltown. If
I'm
possible.
with you. Yeah.
Walker Noodles, spicy player of the week.
Yep.
Haven't heard from them yet.
No. What's going on, Walker?
Walker, Blocker, if you're there, please reach out. It's almost getting to a point now where we're going to have to drop the name.
Yeah. Well, I don't want it to get to that point, but if they don't want to come to the party,
what can we do?
Might force our hand.
Yeah.
Maybe might have to go with another
added value.
I don't want to have to think about going with a different wet noodle brand, but you don't get on board.
But I guarantee you, if the number 2 wet noodle brand comes on, they'll become the number 1 wet noodle
That's
brand.
right.
I reckon Walker are looking at their sales over the past 10 weeks and being like, what's happened?
Yeah.
Why have our sales gone up 300%?
Inexplicable. Yeah, exactly. And I tell you what, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's us doing this segment on the show. So why not make it official?
Let's do it.
Yep.
The spicy play of the week has to be that double coach killer right on halftime.
Yep.
In all my years of watching rugby league football,
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. That's a proper 12-point turnaround.
It is. I have seen stuff like it, and it's usually us on the receiving end of it. So it's nice to actually not have that be us doing something so comically bad on the stroke of half time. Shout out to Jadyn Su'A for that great try assist there.
He got one for that, didn't he?
Well, he deserved
coach paid it.
Absolutely. Should have done. 105-metre effort from Jerome Luai. Just picked it up coast to coast.
Open pasture, like Terrell Sloan was chasing him. He's no slouch, right? And he's really running him down, but he was never getting close.
Nope.
In open pasture, I saw a good Twitter friend of the show, Nothing But West Tigers, saying never seen him get caught in open pasture.
Good point.
He must be rapid.
Yeah.
Once he gets going, I guess.
Yep.
But he just looked so good running that 105 metres. Did not look tired. Got up, celebrated accordingly, and just had a blinder of a game apart from that as well.
He's been great last couple of weeks, and good to hear as well through the week, despite the fact that he shares the same manager as somebody else
who shall not be
is
named.
Allegedly leaving the club.
Yep.
He wants to stay. He's dialed in. So that's good to hear.
And you saw his other loyal piece as well. So he grew up, he played footy at Keebra Park.
Yep.
With Reece Walsh.
Yep.
And they were like, you're eligible for Queensland. And he was like, no, I'm not playing for Queensland. So I don't know if he's even saying, I'm available for Origin.
Yeah.
He'd rather not play Origin than play for Queensland, basically.
Jeez.
So Yeah.
Your idea. Well, I'm a Queensland Origin supporter, so I wouldn't mind seeing him do that.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
I mean, from Canberra, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
neutral territory. I'm like a bit of a Scott Prince, Tigers enthususiast.
Do you know what?
Queensland
I saw you in a Queensland jersey up there.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. I thought you must have lost a bet.
No. I was good. I won a couple of bets. We'll get to that in a minute with Roasty. But a lot of people are like, what are you doing? Like, is this legit? And it is.
Wow.
So
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Things you learn on the Win, Learn or Draw podcast.
Scott Prince, Chris McQueen, the list goes on. A lot of Tigers legends.
Yeah, well-known Tigers,
Done
Queensland
both.
Maroons connection.
That's
for
right.
Sure. So deserved winner of Spicy Player of the Week.
Absolutely.
Jadyn Su'A.
Yep.
One of the spiciest players in the Tigers lineup at the moment. He is Mr. Reliable.
Mr. Spice. Spice Buller.
Spice
Buller.
Spice Buller.
He, I think he's won this award a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Yep,
And
so-
he's even got an honourable mention once. So he's always there or thereabouts.
Correct.
Got all 6 Dally M points as well. So
Yep.
shout out to Jerome the Dream. Love your work.
Yep.
Love your work.
Got our noodles nice and wet over the course of the weekend. Thanks for that.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Set of 6.
Let's do it.
Let's get into the set of 6. This is where we need a sting. Maybe like a
Dung dung.
dung dung.
6
Right,
again.
infringement.
Yes.
Perfect. Number 1, I wanted to talk about our fearless leader, co-leader,
Yep.
Jerome Luai. What a game.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen him play like that. I feel like he's had to play this steady on half while Galvin does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And this game, it felt like he's like, all right, I feel at home in this jersey now. I'm going to kind of do what I want to do. His left foot stepping, running back. In
Do what you want to do at Perish Your Blue sort of stuff.
Do what you want to do. Oh, no, that's not the same
Yeah.
song. It is.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's letting Lockie Gavin do what he wants to do at Perish Your Blue.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I wouldn't have made that connection, but thank you. He's running like Prime Luai. He's kicking so well.
Yep.
He also had a bit of something to say to Chamis, Michael Chamis.
Yep.
I don't know if he's friend of the show or not.
Yeah.
He's got some up and down reporting of the West
He
Side.
sourced a lot of clicks out of our club, hasn't he, over the years?
He has sourced a lot of
Clicks Chamis.
Clicks, yes. Oh, I was going to... Mick? Oh, he said a Mick?
Click
Chamis.
Chamis.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He had something to say to him about Galvin, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
I'll play the audio. Oh, let me start again.
This is business, bro. We're all grown men here, and we got a job to do. You know what I mean? And obviously stuffed up in the past. Like I've said some things that people don't agree with, but I'm always going to back myself at the end of the day. And with my social media posts, I thought that was the right thing to do. That's the culture we're building here, and if you're not buying into that, then then you need to rethink, because we're building.
So, this is business, bruh.
Yeah.
Is just a great slogan.
Never a truer word being spoken. Yeah.
His authenticity just, I think, speaks volumes to his character, obviously, and what he's doing in that team at the moment. I don't know if you saw a few things like Bullet made a good play and he kind of went up and really got in his face, like, well done.
Yep.
Gave him a good spray, I guess.
Yep.
And it feels like his confidence is oozing through that team. I know we've spoken about it ad nauseum over the past few weeks, but I just wanted to give a shout out to his performance, and I think he's really leading from the front. And even that leadership there is like, I stand by what I did. Like the social media post represents what I was thinking, what this team represents. And if you're not buying in, get out of the cage.
Well, he said you need to rethink it, which I find interesting. We were talking about it a little bit on Bloke today, but I wonder if there's some sort of like, if it's 100% that Lockie leaves. A lot of stuff's been said that's very hard to wind back in. But like,
Is it though? Like, it was kind of his manager that said it.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's young, I feel like we've spoken about it a few times. If they go on a charge and they sneak into the 4, win at home, win a couple of finals, go all the way, does he then go, well, hang on, maybe this is where I want to be playing, And
sure.
to have a half like Luai, who is, so talented as it is, but he's kind of, the way that he's playing is almost like just allowing Galvin to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
Going to other clubs, where he's going to have a much more dominant halves around him.
Yeah.
Eels, Moses.
Yeah.
It won't be all peaches and cream over there.
No, you're right.
So look, You never know. I just reckon there might be more to
I think I know what you're saying.
play out. Yeah?
Bring back Goaties for Galvin. We can get him.
Well,
We could be the driving force behind him.
I can see you starting to grow it back in there. I think we're on the right track.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's completely over. It'd be highly unlikely, but I think there's a pulse.
Okay.
Yep.
So Thomas Backfence Brown, if you're listening.
Yep.
Get that Goatie back.
Yep.
And who knows? Maybe Galvin will see how much the Tigers fans are back on his side.
Well, he did like the last post that we put up and tagged him in. So,
certainly
you know,
did.
let's see how we go.
And then lastly on Luai. Do you
Yep.
think he plays Origin?
Well, I saw an article going around today where I believe the halves have been confirmed. Is this correct? Is that correct, Matty?
Confirmed.
Cleary and Moses. It was a Channel 9 article. It might have just been a social post, but it said the debate's over or something like that. So I don't know if it's Clicks Chammers up to his old tricks, just trying to, you know, get people visiting the website or whatever. But
Old Clicky.
I personally would have him in there, Luai, but it feels like it's going to be Cleary Moses, if that social post is to be believed.
I mean, Cleary Moses makes sense, right? Cleary hasn't quite performed at that level, but he started coming into his own in the NRL
Again,
season.
though, two very dominant halves.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like sometimes you need a guy who can step back a little bit, run the footy a bit more, help the dominant half play their best. I don't know.
And
I don't
the
think it's
best
as
defensive half. in the
Exactly.
competition.
Correct. I don't think it's as cut and dry as, like, you know, those guys, you know, skills or ball playing wise potentially are better, but they both command the footy a lot. I don't know how that balances as well.
Yeah, good point.
Moses and Luai worked really well last year.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, and I think we have a bye maybe pre-Origin, so it wouldn't really affect us
Yep.
in the way we might think it might. But it's good again to consider that we might have players out in Origin.
I know. Terrell May will be out. He'll be playing.
Oh, done.
And then maybe Luai. If Luai is not picked, I feel like he will play with like such a point to prove over that period.
I don't know how you don't get picked when you've won a series.
Yeah.
Like he did last year
Yeah.
as well. But Teddy's also putting his hand up to take over Edwards. Anyway,
Yep.
I digress.
Yep.
Tackle 2.
Yep.
The great, the GOAT, Benji, said something that will resonate very well with listeners of this podcast.
Well,
And you
it
and I.
sounds like he is one, but I'll defer to you and
Yes.
the audio. But
Let's give it a listen and see what he has to say.
Love this clip. Let's have a listen.
I don't want to sound like I'm negative about winning, but there's just so many things we can do better.
Just with that in mind, do you just park it and just try to forget about it?
No, you can't park it. You got to just win and learn from it,
What?
and take away the things that we can do better and learn from that. And then we're going to go play Melbourne next week. You know, that's probably one of the toughest tasks in rugby league at the moment with the team they got. So we're going to regroup, celebrate the win tonight, move on to next week, and get ready to play again.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't know he listened, but good to hear that he is.
I put on the comment on that, but so that was on the West Tigers fan page. I put a comment on there saying, win and learn. The man is a trailblazer.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yep.
We're like win or learn, right? That's been kind of the mantra we live by, but apparently you can win and learn.
Yeah.
And that game felt like a game that we did win and learn at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then if he had said going down to the Melbourne School of Arts, then I would have definitely said he's a listener.
Yep.
As he would have made an educational reference about
Connotation.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But win and learn, Benji's on board, I think.
I think, I mean, it's pretty obvious, pretty black and white from that audio that he listens to and likes the show. So if you like him, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a positive comment and review on the App Store.
Benji, if you could put a few more Easter eggs in your interviews as well, maybe an ROAR or a Top 05.
Yeah, or to sing the Taruva song.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a big Easter egg,
That'd
one.
be huge.
But Benji, thanks for listening.
Love it.
It is win or learn, though, just for next time.
Yeah.
He's
That's
on board
okay.
with that.
We're here to learn, as he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Tackle 3.
Yeah.
Hammy versus the NRL. Oh, my jersey's there. Roast.
Roast. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw this clip going around over the weekend. So Roasty is a big Dragons fan.
Yes.
And we had a bit of a challenge, which are up on if you go to Roasty's page, he's got it collabed on his socials there. So whoever lost this game had to get out on the field at the conclusion of the game, dressed in the other team's full kit. And because we were at Suncorp, the home of the Broncos, for every point that you lost by, you had to do a Bronco run. So up to the 10 back, 20 back, 30 back. You go to the 40 and back, and that counts as one.
Yep.
So Roasty owed me 6 Bronco runs. He was I mean, it was one of those kind of the ox is slow, but the earth is patient kind of moments. He was, don't worry about gout. It was just gout with him, going very, very slowly.
Few beers under his belt as well.
Well, I think highly likely through the day. He'd been staying pretty well hydrated through the weekend, Roasty. But he owed me 6. He did 1.5, and then when he concluded that one, he just kept running up the cloister out of the stadium. So,
Forrest Gump like.
Yeah, but much like the team that he supports, cutting corners, not going the extra mile, a little bit disappointing, if I'm honest, not following through the punishment.
So what does this mean? 4.5 Broncos, he's probably not going to do them.
No, he's not going to do them.
There must be some type of payoff.
Well, we got a verbal contract out of him. We said, I'll allow it if you come up to the Caxton right now and we get you on the PA in the full Tigers kit and you do a nut bush and start a nut bush in the thing. And he goes, yeah, I'll do it. We get up there and he goes, oh, nah, I feel like we've kind of done it now. I'm like, well, a bit disappointing. Let us know in the comments what sort of retribution should there be for Roasty not completing his challenge.
Roasty, you can come to us.
Yep.
With what you think is suitable, but then we'll put a Fanua up.
Yep.
And we'll let the people talk, which is what we do on Winner.
The Fanua, that's pole for those playing at home.
Right, yeah, sorry.
The Fanua poles never lie. So, hey, we'd love to have you on. We'll give you a bit of airtime here to kind of come and face the music. But
and we don't play the Dragons again. So
no, we don't.
The Jackbird Cup is science.
It's ours.
It's ours
for 2025.
25, yep.
Unless we play them in the grand final. I mean, we'll be in the grand final. I don't know based on what I've seen if the Dragons will be there. So you might have to wait till next year.
Great stuff as well. Congrats on winning that.
Thank you.
You must have felt good at 26-10.
Yeah, I was feeling fantastic. I wasn't feeling so good in the 77th minute when potentially I was going to have to...
Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You were going to have to do... Well, it was probably going to go golden.
One or two.
What if it was a draw? Because there's win, there's learn.
And there's draw. It's a good shout. I suppose maybe we could have got up to the Caxton and done the nut bush together, but Roasty probably would have pulled out of it.
I feel like you just wanted to do the nut bush. Eh?
Would have been good gear. Yep.
Tackle 4, the greatest winger we've ever had in the last week.
Yep.
The Forbes Ferrari.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Also known as the Leichhardt Lamborghini.
I saw you wrote El Lamb here.
Yeah, I didn't want to give away the punchline there.
Lucky Lamb.
That came from one of our followers. They sent us a DM. The Leichhardt Lamborghini, which I don't hate.
And the Campbelltown Corvette.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I love it. The Suncorp. I don't know my
Subaru.
Yeah, sure.
Impreza.
Yeah, the Suncorp Impreza. Mate, he was on fire the other day. In fact, Benji in the press conference said he was our best player.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Tough to argue. He was very impressive the other night.
His stats are amazing.
Did a lot of the hard yards.
Yeah.
Some really classy finishes as well.
He's been playing good footy in the lower grades, right? Like
he has.
Yeah, so he's kind of plied his trade down there, I guess. And
yep.
Maybe he wasn't, he was NRL standard on the wing at Penrith.
Yep.
Because anyone could have been.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like worked real hard and now he's kind of like actually a candidate to play on that wing for the Tigers.
Yeah. Well, it's like he's gone back down to New South Wales Cup and he's basically gone into the car shop and he's come in with a couple of modifications.
Yep. Ultra tune. Kind of thing.
Lube-mobile sort of stuff. 13, 30, 32 sort of areas. And he's come back and what a performance it was. And not only did he do it with a smile on his face, but he did it, as you quite rightly identified, with a number 23 on his back.
Unbelievable stuff.
And joins a pantheon of some of the great number 23s in world sport.
That's right. So I did a bit of research / already knew these 23s. They were so prolific.
Yep.
Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Possibly the greatest of all time in his sport. Probably, actually.
Yep.
Now LeBron's bowed out of the playoffs already. Then we had Shane.
Yep.
Keith Warren. You might know him.
Yep. Ever heard of him?
Yep. He passed that jersey on to Michael Pup Clark as well.
So former number 1 ticket holder of the West Tigers.
That's correct. So there's a link there.
Yep.
And then David Beckham wore at the LA Galaxy as well. So
across the Buddy Franklin.
Buddy Franklin as well.
These are the biggest names in those respective sports.
And they know it too.
Yeah.
So these players don't wear the 23 unless they know they're the best.
Yeah.
Right? So Staines probably, I know it's a 22-man squad that they name on.
Yeah.
And he probably said to Benji, I'm going to play.
I'll play, but
don't name me.
Under one condition. Yeah. Wow. I mean, the likes of David Beckham and Michael Jordan, what a thrill for them to be mentioned in the same breath as Charlie Staines.
And LeBron as well. Like all these players have donned 23 on their back Charlie Staines joins that elite company now.
He does.
I honestly think it was, you know that movie Like Mike where the kid wears Michael Jordan's sneakers?
Yes.
I think just him wearing that 23 jersey on his back. And this might be a moment where it's a line in the sand moment where we kind of take the Super League's lead and we go, that jersey is your jersey.
Yep.
Whether you play or not, that's your jersey for the rest of the year. I think we can make an exception for that because scoring 2 tries. And I gave my mates a hot tip. I said, boys, get on Charlie Staines 3+ tries, $21. I was wrong, but I was close.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Well, you know, there's even an argument to be made after the weekend, 2 tries, 21 runs, 163 metres. Do we consider retiring the West Tigers number 23 jersey?
That's a good one.
Out of respect.
Wonder if we can get our hands on that. Like,
Charlie Staines is the night the earth shook.
The Magic jersey.
Yeah, Magic Staines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Could do a promo with like
I wonder if we can.
Omo.
Let's work our little. Let's reach out to the club, see if we can get a hold of that.
Yeah,
that thing.
Great call.
Yep.
Very magic night for Charlie. And speaking of magic,
Yep.
tackle 5.
Yeah.
Maybe the most important tackle in the set.
Yeah. Absolutely. Undoubtedly. Now, this one is more of a content play from the club. I want to shout out Adam S., who is a listener of the show.
Yep.
Big West Tigers fan, does a bit of work at Fox, and he actually produced what I would say is comfortably the best piece of advertising I've seen this year.
Yes. Absolutely.
Outside of the wagering category where I apply my trade. This was excellent. Now, he got a hold of the West Tigers. It's a promo for Kayo and Fox League. I'm watching it there. If you haven't checked it out, head to Fox League, head to Kayo. You'll find we've shared it on the page. We might even share it again off the back of this.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's worth sharing repeatedly. But let's just play it now. The audio stacks up as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's what Adam S. and the team at Fox came up with the West Tigers.
Boys, ad breaks. Hate ad breaks. Yes, Lachlan.
Surely there's a way around this stuff.
Actually, there is.
Rony's so natural. Highlight package of the
I like package at the moment. The boys jumping around in the classroom.
Fox League, how good is this?
Bossy.
Bossy likes it.
It's got everything.
Fun for the whole family, that one. Well done to the team.
And how kind of coincidental maybe is it that they are in a classroom and we've only just started talking about losing being learning this year, and then we don't lose, we only learn, and then all of a sudden the entire Tiger squad's in a classroom? Tell me.
Illuminati confirmed.
Tell me that's not coincidental.
Yeah.
Love
it though.
Great content, and I'm glad they chose the Tigers for that spot.
Perfect.
Right?
Who else could you possibly choose?
Maybe Adam S. S stands for Shernack. Maybe he's a long lost Shernack brother.
The forgotten like the Dean War of the Shernack family.
Exactly. That's great stuff.
It's great stuff.
The acting, I can tell why Galvin wants $1 million rugby league contract because he won't be getting any acting gigs soon. I can tell.
Well, I was going to wrap the boys. I think there's a few,
the rest offend.
Obviously, Appy will probably win Captain of the Year / Dream. They might do a co-Captain of the Year. They'll win that. Benji Coach of the Year, the Dally M's.
Yep.
Dream will probably win fullback of the year. We're going to clean up at the Dally M's, Terrell May front row of the year.
Yep.
I can see a couple of Logies coming as well off the back of that one.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
only with the guys in front of the camera, but also to Adam S. behind the camera. Adam Shernack.
Yeah. Best idea. Is that a Logie?
Yeah, maybe best screenplay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he write the script as well? What a talent.
Yep.
We need to connect with Adam S. and
I
find
think
out
so.
how that came about.
Let's get him. Well, we'd love to get him on. Just get a bit of a director's cut, a bit of a peek behind the curtain of how it all came together. But well done to him. Well done to the boys. I loved it. I thought it was great stuff. And I mean, again, what more reasons do you need to go out and get yourself some KO?
Yes, that's right.
If you haven't got it, I mean, no ad breaks. So I need to draw you a diagram. Benji very nearly did on the chalkboard there.
Well, he basically did.
Yeah.
He put a line between ad and break.
Yeah.
So that was his.
Well, he did draw a diagram. You're right.
He did.
You're spot on. And we all hate ad breaks. As Appy kind of, what I liked about Appy's role is he wasn't afraid to say what us as the audience are all thinking. Yeah. We hate ad breaks.
And it's amazing that the players think that, and in fact, advertising is kind of what funds sport. So as a person who works in the advertising category, I don't totally agree with what
Yeah.
they said on that. I think ad breaks kind of give you a nice rest in between live sport. But all good. All good. No, I guess at...
Well,
at
and that's the
crux
great
of-
thing about this ad, because actually it is ad, so it's a bit of a, it's very meta. But that's the great thing about this piece is the whole audience hasn't been united in their critical reception of it. It's really divided opinion.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I might be in the minority. I love ad breaks.
Hey, let us know what you think in the comments below.
True.
Do you like ad breaks?
If you like ad breaks, we'll put up a poll.
I think, look, I like ad breaks as well, because but what I think Appy is saying is there's a time and a place for an ad break, and from siren to siren is not where you want to see him as a sports fan.
Yeah,
Yep.
good point.
A good point, well made. Anyway, go and check out that ad. It's really good.
Tackle 6.
Yes.
So we've already spoken about Bullard, we've spoken about Luai, touched on Galvin, touched on Happy, but the spine collectively is looking so good. I was talking to a colleague this
No
morning.
need for a chiropractor. That is one good-looking spine.
Correctamundo. Speaking to a colleague this morning in my job that has to do with advertising, and
Love ads.
and she was saying, why are the Titans, like their team is so gun? And then we went, hold on. Jalen DeGroot, Brimson, who's okay, but he's probably a fullback. Tom Weaver, who got injured early, obviously.
Good Tommy.
And Sam Verrills.
Yep.
That's dusty.
Get a
spine.
chiropractor.
Yeah,
down
that
there.
needs a chiro.
Yep.
They need to call Leichhardt Chiro. I'm
Yep.
sure there's one. And get their spine sorted. But our spine is solid.
Yep.
Really solid. You
So
can
it's-
tell.
yeah.
Our posture is amazing.
Posture, excellent. Alignment, not an issue. Shoulders back, confident. It's a good-looking spine.
Everyone knows their role.
They do.
Like every vertebrae of that spine knows exactly what they need to do.
That's
to
good. And there's
keep-
even good lumbar support, in Talon De Silva
Yes.
when required as well.
Exactly. and then the petrochemicals engine room keeps the spine upright.
Nice firm, nice engaged core. You're spot
Exactly.
on, well balanced. Doing the hard yards, but also some good footwork as well. It's really hard to fault the spine.
I'll give you some actual quantitative data here instead of stalking.
Love
in
quantitative
puns.
data.
5 wins, 1 loss with that spine all playing.
Wow.
That's it. If I do the maths quickly,
Yep.
84% win rate.
Great quick maths. Yep.
Average of 27 points scored per game
Yep.
and a plus 60 points differential with those 4 playing together.
How good.
So they should be playing together this week against Melbourne.
Yes.
Who have
Geez, you'd be nervous if you're Melbourne off the back of that quantitative data.
learners,
Yep.
proper learners,
Yep.
those guys. But I think, that's fine, just playing so well together. And like I said, everyone knowing their role and everyone seems to be complementing one another within the team. And the spine has a lot to do with that.
100%. No, they're and Richo called it early. Anything? I think Gus Gould had him rated as his third
So did
best spine in the comp.
the Joey, Freddie, Smith, and Slater
Yep.
had him third as well.
There you go.
And that spine right there is
Yep.
about
Which
as-
I think is a bit low, but the point is it's towards the top, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. Which segues really nicely into the top 05.
Oh,
I don't know if I meant this, but tackle 6 was a nice segue into the top
Oh,
05
well
for this
played.
week. So, are you ready for it?
yeah.
You can shut your laptop if you want. You can go to sleep if you want.
No, don't tempt me.
2 hours, 50 minutes. You
no.
can get a 10 minute here. So the top 05 spines
Oh,
that
yes.
the Tigers have ever had.
Kick back, relax, and enjoy.
Enjoy
the
this
top
spine
05
chat.
spines. Yep.
Now, you might think this is just a way to talk about some great moments in West Tigers history and then use the spine as kind of a segue to speak about that.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Oh, okay.
These are genuinely spines that I've loved that have
Nice.
been assembled by great coaches.
Much quantitative data around these ones, or
No,
qualitative? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You get a
So-
bit of everything here at Win, Learn or Draw.
Is that
Yeah.
all right?
That's
Qualitative.
fine. Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, it's your top 05.
the QD.
Top 05. Oh, you know what? You give me an idea. Top 05 measurements of data. I'll sit on
We'll
that.
do that
one
on
next
our
week.
other pod. Win, learn, or
Data.
calculate. Yeah. It's 05.
Yep.
2000 debut game. How do we go past this? First, the Brisbane Broncos at Campbelltown College.
Yep.
15,000 fans there. Very good
Nice.
turnout.
Could have been more, Minzy. Over to you.
Yeah,
Yeah?
true. I mean, it was 25 years ago, but
Yep.
the debut game, obviously, a little bit of, I guess, confusion there if you're a Balmain fan or a Western Suburbs fan. I guess they were mainly Magpies fans out there, but Big day on the calendar. It was 2000. We had fullback Joel Sugar Kane.
Yep. Friend of the show.
Absolute friend.
Got to
of
get
the
him
show.
on.
Pumped out 18 points that day, maybe more.
Yeah.
24, I think, actually.
Yeah.
26, I don't know. Not quantitative data.
Went
See, I
nuts.
didn't put any quantitative
Do your own
data in
research.
here.
Plenty of points, though.
Well, it was 24 all, so let's do 20 points. That's what he got.
Yep.
Because Scando scored the only other try. So
That's
he's
right.
not in the spine, but Joel Kane at fullback. 5'8", Kevin McGuinness.
Nice.
One of the top two McGuinnesses to
Split
ever
the
play.
G.
Yeah, split the G, exactly. His brother Ken McGuinness played for the West Tigers as well. Halfback Craig Field.
Yep.
Probably move on pretty quickly from him. And hooker Darren Centre. Who was a great servant to the club.
Geez, that's confusing. Hang on, I thought we were talking about the spine.
I thought you meant hooker. So Joel Kane, Hattie at fullback, and Scando with a try, 24-all draw. These games, there's no learnings here.
Yep.
So obviously they're good spines that were assembled by then coach Wayne Pearce. So
Good to get a nice draw on the board early as well, just to
I know.
you know,
Told you
justify the
told you
title
we
of the
all draw.
podcast. Yeah.
Told you. Number 4, the 05 final series.
Yep.
Or the 05 grand final.
Wow, there's going to be some good spines out of this if this is coming in at number 4.
Crazy. Hey?
Yeah.
I think you would have expected this to be higher, but
Yep. Should have been higher. Triple
spines
J.
that are coming are going to blow you out of the water.
Yep.
I think you could probably name this one, but fullback Brett Hodgson.
Friend of the show.
5'8", Benji.
Yep.
Listener. Learner. Halfback Scotty Prince.
The Prince.
Do you know him?
Yep. I do.
You're a big fan. You met him?
Yeah, we had him on a shoot at work many years ago, so I got to work with him early
Was
days.
that a retribution thing of that time he did that sideline report?
No, it wasn't. No, we let him off the hook there.
Okay, cool.
It was an origin thing. We had him as a Queenslander.
Oh.
On the thing.
Oh, friend of yours then.
Yeah.
Hooker Robbie Farah.
Yep.
Now, the
Also a friend of the show.
interesting thing about this spine is we started the year with Daniel Fitzhenry at 5'8" in 05 and Ben Galea at hooker.
Was that a injury-based thing for...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Skipping ahead. But yes, Benji was out round 1.
Yep.
We then had the bye round 2.
Yep.
And Benji came back round 3 and we won 3 in a row against the Bulldogs, the Roosters and the Warriors. But Robbie didn't start till round 7.
Yeah.
So Ben Galea was our hooker for 6 weeks.
Yep.
Obviously, both proved themselves previously. Robbie kind of was off the bench for the last 2 years.
Like a young Talon De Silva.
He was like a young Talon De Silva, exactly. Eyebrows as well.
Yep.
Theme.
Yep. Thick brows.
Not quite as big as Talon's, but my number 4 best spines of all time, which is crazy.
Yep.
It probably will shock you. Has it shocked you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4 will shock you.
Is the 05 final series.
Doctors hate him.
For the most of the year. We had 82,000 at that game in 2005, the
Wow.
NRL Grand Final.
Yep.
So, yeah, big win, 30-16 over the Cowboys. Number 3, 2008.
Okay.
Our biggest ever win versus the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. We won 56-4.
Yes.
In 2008.
Yep.
Not a great year for the Tigers, but to get that to get that record, this is a bit of quantitative data, so I do apologise for misleading you.
That's fine.
We also won 54-2 in 2005 against the Bulldogs.
Yep.
But it was
I remember.
obviously a similar spine to the one I've just touched on.
Yep.
So 2008, fullback Shannon Gallant.
Mighty Mouse.
He only played 12 games for the West Tigers.
Yep.
What a legacy.
I know. And then went up to North Queensland, I think.
Correct,
twice.
correct.
And now back at the club, in charge of, now it's not recruitment, but it might be kind of pathways. In fact, he got Lockie Galvin to the club originally.
Yes.
So
He lives on.
shout out to Shannon Gallant. Great to see him getting some airtime in the top.
I almost feel like we've shouted him out
spines.
every show.
Yeah,
so
I'm happy
far.
with that. I'm happy to keep
we'll
shouting him
that
out.
going.
Yep.
5'8" Benji.
Yep.
Know him. Halfback Robbie. Remember he had that little stint?
Yeah.
I think might have been injury driven. But
Yep.
Robbie played a fair bit of halfback in his day as well.
Uh-huh.
But kind of like an Andrew Johns scenario, maybe bullied out of the hooker role by the great Johnny Morris, 300.
Ah, yes.
So he was in hooker that
Current
day.
assistant coach.
Correct. So
Not only did he bully him out of the hooker role, he also bullied him out of the coaching box potentially. I'm sure there's no bullying involved, but
no bullying.
Robbie was
Not at our club.
an assistant last year. Now John is.
And does Robbie still work with the club?
I know he's got enough on his plate with his
24/7.
event touring company. Yeah.
for sure. Well, all those guys have had a role or current role at
have.
the club. So
Yep.
interesting when you pump a team by 52,
Yep.
you get a job.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Not only can they not win the comp, you get yourself a job 15, 20 years down the track as well.
And
So you
how's
got
this-
that. I think, if I'm being brutally honest, I think that spine's probably a little bit too high, given the fact that the premiership winning spine was lower.
Yeah,
on the,
it's my opinion.
that's fair. Let us know in the comments.
Subjective.
Yeah,
It's not your top.
you're going for the click. You like clicks Chamis.
I am
putting him at number 4.
You can call me Morty Chamis if you want. How's this though, comparative to the spine that the mighty doggies had that day? Fullback Brent Crisp. Haven't heard of him. Ben Roberts, probably heard of him.
Yep.
Timmy Cahill's cousin. Daniel Holdsworth,
Andy Holdsworth.
I believe was a model as well, outside of footy.
You might be thinking of Nick Youngquest,
I am.
who also was on the Tigers top 30 squad, but I don't think played a game with us.
Yeah, because he's a Panther and a Tiger.
Yeah.
Sure, one of those guys. And then Aaron Groom in hooker.
Wow.
What a team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What a clash of the Titans those two spines were that day.
I'm surprised they even got 4 points. Number 2.
Yep.
Our biggest ever comeback win in 2001. So we were down 24-0 after 26 minutes.
Yep.
Came back to win 36-32.
Oh, nice.
Huge comeback.
Against?
The Newcastle Knights at Campbelltown College.
Yep.
Only 9,000 out there to witness that. But what a game. Minzy.
Come on.
Step up, brother. Yeah, obviously you need a good spine to be able to come back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fullback, Joel Kane, still there. Still smashing away at being one of the West Tigers' greatest ever players.
Yep.
5'8", Owen Craigie.
Owen Craigie.
Yeah.
Played for the Knights as well for a while there.
South Sydney, I believe, as
Yep.
well. Maybe another club or two.
Yep.
Halfback, Ben Jeffries.
Oh, yeah.
We had a Ben Jeffrey and a Ben Jeffries from my memory. So this was Ben Jeffries.
Yep.
I believe a Central West product. So probably didn't have a stranglehold on that number 7 jersey at the time, but maybe after that was discussed more as a potential, I guess, great of the game.
Yeah, yeah. Again, not sure how I feel about him coming in number 2 in the top
That's fine.
05.
That's fine. You can do your top 05 spine. And hooker, Chiriako Mesha.
Yeah.
So he was a former Western Suburbs legend. Again, played out in Batlow. So out near
Apple Country. Shout out to the Cathles family, good friends of mine who run the Batlow Apples orchard out there.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Friends of the show.
It all comes back. It all comes back. Maybe get a sponsorship on there for that.
Batlow Apples.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
And we'll get Mesha on for one interview.
Yep.
And they can sponsor it. An exclusive with Chiriako Mesha.
No holds barred. And there's some sort of like teaching motifs around apples as well, aren't there? You know, you give your teacher an apple and
That's right. An
We learn
apple a
or
day
draw.
keeps the doctor away.
so there
Which
you
is
go.
unrelated, but I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
So yeah, my second
Keeps the chiropractor away.
my second favourite my second favourite ever spine was the 2001 biggest comeback.
Not going to yuck you yum.
Okay.
Not going to kink shame you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, what I'm into is what I'm into. Okay? Number 1, I was talking about how good the spine is currently, but my favourite spine of all time is the spine that we're going to have in 3 weeks' time
Yeah, okay.
when Latu Fainu.
Oh, yes. Well done.
Fullback, Jerome Buller.
Yep.
5'8", Luai. I'm moving him to 6.
Okay.
I think it suits him. I think he wants that. 7, Latu Fainu. Hooker, Api Coruscant. With lumbar support, Talon De Silva on the side.
Yep.
What a spine.
That's fantastic. That's the sort of spine that you could see yourself building a club around for 10 years.
Exactly right.
Yep.
And I see all of these guys. Appy, he's getting a bit long in the tooth, but he's going to be around for a long time.
Yep.
Especially if we put 50 on someone.
Yep.
Gets him a job. I think they're going to be around for a long time, this spine. And like I said before, my top 05 subjective list, they are gelling so well together, and I can't see anything upsetting that. And if Galvin wants to go, Galvin can go, but he could be part of the greatest ever West Tigers spine.
Well, now-
Just ahead of Joel Kane, Owen Craigie, Ben Jeffries, and Chiriako Mesha.
Yep. Love it. If that's not incentive enough to stay, I don't know what is.
Well, if they're listening, I'm sure Benji's listening and he'll play this clip.
Yep.
Be like, this is what you could be.
Yep.
Number 1 spine in the top 05 of the Win, Learn or Draw podcast, episode 10.
That's all right. After he's finished his lecture about no ad breaks, we go, Lachlan, see me after class, please. Have a listen to this, the Win, Learn or Draw podcast. Bit of homework for you. Go away and think about it. Well done, mate. I enjoyed that. What a twist at the end.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted
watch
to
till
do.
the end.
Yeah. So touch that dial. Speaking of not touching the dial,
Yep.
people know what comes after the top 05. We've got a set structure. In fact, our spine is kind of 30-second wrap, set of 6, Top 05
Yep.
and Roar Emotion.
Yep.
That could be my number. That might be my number 6. Honourable mention to one of the best spines the West Tigers have ever produced.
Yep. Like it. Well, let's dive straight into them. Again, plenty came in this week. We can't get to every single one of them, but we do love them. Keep them coming, folks. Love the support. I'm going to kick off with might be someone on debut this week on the Roar Emotion. That's ROAR, which is the sound a tiger makes, and also a clever double entendre about the raw emotion that you experience after a.
So normally it's RAW.
That's how they normally do it.
I used to watch WWE and it
Yep.
was WWE Raw.
Yep. Different.
That was RAW.
Yep.
Because that's not Tiger affiliated.
Nah,
Is that
nothing to do with tigers.
so? Ours
Ours is
have to
different.
do
It's
with
got
Tigers, so ROAR.
it ties back in,
Gotcha,
which is
gotcha.
really good stuff.
All of
All right, so over to Pooper. He's got the new ball today on the
Pooper?
hotline. Yep.
First hit up off the back fence, Pooper.
Back fence Pooper. Let's go.
I'm currently out for the in-laws' 60th birthday, so I'll keep it short and sweet. The Saints aren't marching fucking anywhere. The Tigers are marching into the top 16. Go the Tigers.
Way.
Like it. Short, sharp, concise, to the point.
That, as far as Poopers go, that was a nice one.
Yep.
Got to the, as you said, got to the point. Didn't muck around. And put a tiger growl in there.
Yeah.
Or a roar. It's kind of our trademark.
Reece Smith, immortal of the
Pioneer.
Raw Emotion hotline,
Yep.
is a trailblazer. That's what you got to do being immortal. You got to change the game somehow, and that Reece has by kind of taking the Panther noise that is usually played at Pepper Stadium and
just
making it our
hijacked
own.
it. Well
Making it
done.
our own.
And I feel
like
like
a lot of Panthers players, we've just taken them
Yeah.
and we've making them our own.
Maybe Smitty was a Panther in a previous life.
Maybe.
We've been able to get him.
But it's good to have him.
I would say just quickly on the Hall of Fame as well. I don't know if he's got a call in here, but I would almost like to induct the biggest Tiger as well because the Taruva chant sounds like it's going to take off.
Yes.
He was the one that sent that in
Yep.
as part of a Raw Emotion. So, if I may.
I think I need to fact check that. I need to send it up to the bunker. As a
Okay.
soft call, I have no immortal because I think it might be Teddy Brooks who actually sent that in.
Let's check the tape.
Yeah, we're going to check the tapes. We're going to confirm next week whether or not who we're going to induct. But I just want to make sure we're getting the right person.
Both of you message us,
Yep.
and if you've got the claim to fame,
Yep.
let us know. But we need to know who invented that chant because whoever it is,
Yep. Deserves it.
congratulations.
Yeah. Let's just say this. I don't want to say too much, but you might be hearing a lot more of that song around the traps at Tigers games if Taruva scores.
Yeah, especially the way he's playing.
Yep.
9 tries.
Second on the list this year.
Behind
Jesse Arthurs. Yeah.
Wow.
How good's that? All right, now let's get into the next one. This one comes in from Nugget.
Nugsy.
Over to you, Nugget.
Adam and Eve, they never gave you their last name. Hot tip, it's Dewey. Go you Tigers. Woo! Dewey, have you heard of him? Yeah!
That guy sounds like a guy called Nugget.
Yeah.
So what is he saying, Adam? Adam's the creator of man.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Yep.
He deserves it. What about his try?
Unbelievable. The
Johnny on
footwork.
the spot. Adam on the spot.
How good. I think if you asked AI to send in a raw emotion by a guy named Nugget, that's basically the voice it would have produced. So Nugget, thanks to you for contributing to the raw emotion hotline.
Who we got next? That was fantastic.
We got the immortal. I'm giving. He's coming in at 3.
Oh.
Ricky Ponting sort of stuff.
Yeah, nice.
This is where you
First
put
drop.
your best batsman.
Yeah, because we went through 2 quickly, so we're still on the new.
Great
one.
opening combo. Don't get me wrong. Pooper and Nugget, formidable opening partnership.
It's like Hammy and cheese, right?
Yeah, it is.
Pooper and Nugget.
They can always start their own podcast. It sounds like a regional breakfast radio show, doesn't it?
It does
Pooper
too.
and Nugget.
This is Pooper and Nugget.
All right. And with a couple of toilet flushing sound
Yeah,
effects.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's a 104.7 Canberra. Better I've heard of.
Hey, they're no Scotty and Nige, but if they apply themselves, they could challenge. All right, over to Reece Smith. Here he is.
Go for you.
Hey boys, Reece Smith, first immortal. Here at the 12th wonder of the world, Newcastle. Just wanted to stew in that one last night. But I just woke up this morning and just all I could think was, oh, and the Tigers go marching in. Oh, when the we win the cup. Come on. Shout out Ruba.
How good is he?
Do you reckon he lives by himself? And he just,
I kind of hope so.
And his neighbours...
Keep it down in there, Reece.
His neighbours just like, oh, the Tigers must have won again.
What is going on in there?
Reece is growling.
Mate, he's
in Newey too. So the Knights just must be like, God, I wish we had a fan like that.
Yep.
He's so passionate. He's so raw.
Yep.
ROAR.
Mate, he's a gun.
I love it. Schmitty, well-deserved winner of the first Immortal. No one will ever take that away from you.
They can't.
And look forward to hearing from you every week.
Love it, love it. I'm going to head over to Mossy now, playing the Damien Martin role at number 4 today. Over to you,
Okay.
I think he's on debut as well. Over to you, Mossy.
Oh, no.
Look, boys, off of a famous Magic Round victory, it's clear to see that Terrell May is simply not human. He is a man from a different dimension.
Yep.
Dream Buller is just chock full of unlimited potential.
Yep.
And the Tigers are bound for the top 8. Well, I think there's nothing more to see than that. And if you don't believe it, then get believing. And get on the Dream train.
Ooh,
Get on
the Dream train.
Get on the Terrell train. And
Trains.
Tigers top 8 soon. Premiership's loading. Victories and premiership soon.
Like it, the Dream Train. Shout out to Cat Stevens if he's listening.
Oh, is that like Dream Train?
The Dream Train.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yusuf Yohana? No, he's a
He's a cricketer. He's a Pakistani cricketer.
Mohammed Yusuf?
Yeah.
I know he changed his name, Cat. But
Yep.
Cat, if you're listening, let us... Tiger Stevens.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Mossy.
Good stuff.
Good debut.
Yep.
A bit of Don't Stop Believing in there, something similar. I'm fully on board that.
Yep.
And I'm fully on board the Dream Train now.
100%. Me too.
And
Make
the
sure
Terrell train.
you've topped up your Opal. Going direct to the top 6. Express to the top 16.
Or if you're listening from Melbourne, what do they call it?
Your Mikey.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Topped up your Mikey for this
Mikey
week.
Chamis.
Mikey Chamis. Little Mikey Clicks Chamis down there. Just trying to create more chaos at the club. All right. Going to go now to solid debut from this bloke last week, coming in at number 5. Claws out Bebe. Head over to Depressed Tiger Fan.
Oh, yeah, DTF.
Does some good. He's DTF by name, DTF by nature.
Love it.
Let's go to his raw emotion on the game.
Gents, in case you can't hear in the background, I'm currently at a Canberra housewarming in which I have sat in the corner and not said a single word to a person for the past half an hour. But all that really matters is that Tigers win. Also, side note for future parties, women do not like being talked to about Terrell May's offloading habits in the 2025 season. Best of luck, up the fucking Tigers. Apologies for the profanity, of course, but I'm very, very excited.
We're used to it now.
Yeah.
We have to put an expletive episode on all our episodes.
Yeah,
now,
we
but
do.
It's raw.
It is.
Right.
R-O-A-R. Now, look, I think we both feel his pain in regards to the women in our lives don't seem overly interested in discussing at length Terrell May's fantastic offload game.
No, not quite.
Their loss. But, you know, I'm sure as the season, plays out, his form is going to become too good to ignore. And I'm sure Aish and Mon will get on board eventually. So
Exactly. And like the last guy, Mossy, mentioned, he is out of this world. So it has to be spoken about from a perspective of this guy's once in a generation alien-like talent. So once we start kind of going down that path, I guess they can't ignore it because it's kind of like a fantasy novel.
Yep.
Which Aish reads, so I don't know if Mon does, but...
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
They're a bit full on. Some of now they need an explicit notification on them, don't they?
Wait till we write one about Terrell May. We'll get AI to write one.
Goodness me. All right, over to Will Hockey, who is covering off on something we kind of touched on a little bit earlier, but I think he sums it up pretty well.
Yep.
What a gritty win. We taught their dog Dragons. Mate, Charlie Staines, the best number 23 of all sports history.
Yep.
LeBron, Jordan, man, give me a double at Suncorp for Charlie Staines. Bit of magic. Tigers double, going for 3 wins in a row. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Love it. Sums it up well.
Plenty of passion.
Yeah. Great minds think alike is what I will say.
Yeah, well, I always like when we speak about something earlier in the show and then it pops up again in Raw Emotion because obviously we're on the same wavelength as the educated children of the show.
Yep.
That's a great stuff. Great debut.
Yeah, love it.
Keep them coming in, mate. Very, very happy with that. And a great point. He is the greatest 23 of all time.
A good point.
None of them have scored a double at Suncorp.
Exactly. can't argue with that.
You can't.
You can't argue with that at all. All right, we've got two more. They're musical submissions, these ones.
Great, I love music.
The last one's just an old favourite, but this one is Ryan Douglas with his pitch for a new song for fans to chant on the hill.
Go, Dougie.
I've got him in the wrong order there. Bear with me.
I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I'm going to save that one for the last one. Here we go.
But anyway, fellas,
This is
I know we have the truest song, but I think I might have just thought of a new one myself. And it goes a little bit like this. 3, Jerome Luai. Oh, Jerome Luai.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jerome Luai. Oh, Jerome Luai. Oh, Jerome Luai. Oh, Jerome Luai.
Thoughts?
Wow.
Got some legs?
Talk about X Factor.
Yeah, yep. You got it. You're going to Sydney. You're going to Leichhardt. We'll see you there.
I get it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I think it needs another syllable or something. Jerome.
Look, it's not a walk-up start like the Taruva one, but
We can work on it.
we can work on it.
That
But
chant is easy to turn into a good chant, and Luai deserves his own chant.
he does. Just as a bit of food for thought and just one to round us out on Raw Emotion today, it is a revisit of an old favourite. You heard me misfire it earlier. It comes in from R31 Sato. Let's just sit back and enjoy an old classic.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh,
He's gone with a different section of it, I think.
oh, well done. Got me.
Taruva. Sing along if you know the words. So that's it. Just a little trip down memory lane to round out Raw Emotion this week.
I mean, every time he scores a try, that deserves a play on the podcast.
Yes, it does.
And just, yeah, the way he's kind of... Did he invent the Tiger Claw or, like, make it popular this year?
He certainly got it in vogue, didn't he? I think he was the first one to, unfurl one.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was against Para because we kept scoring and they kept getting more and more Tiger Claws and
Yep.
then the kind of crowd were
Yep.
loving it as well. But, yeah, he's already established himself as a West Tiger for life. I mean, he's played 9 games, scored 9 tries. Not much more.
No,
he
he
can
missed
do.
a game. He was injured in one. So I think he's played 8 games, scored 9 tries.
Wow.
So
That's even better quantitative
great
data
great
than
strike
I, than
rate.
I had.
Just on that song, shout out to Wests.Tigers_. Some of the best West Tigers content in the game. Now, we haven't had a hell of a lot to do with them. We've always been a big fan of their content, but jumped on the other day, little collab request comes in, and just building on the fact that we sung that song at the start of last week's episode.
Sure.
What an edit that just went unbelievably hard. It was outrageous, but make sure you go and check it out. That content absolutely pumped. So thank you for that, West.Tigers_.
West.Tigers_. Don't get that wrong.
No.
Because it's very well worth following. The graphic designer, the video editor, whoever's behind all that.
Jack of all trades.
Honestly, Adam S. level.
Adam S. Yep.
Like producing.
Geez, imagine getting those guys in the same sort of room together.
Oh, I think they might
I
be
think
the
we
same
should.
person.
I think we should get them in the same room.
Maybe we should.
Yep.
Well done. Just speaking of content as well, the videos you got of those Tigers fans in the rain with the Tigers.
Oh,
all
yeah.
up.
Well, shout out to them in the Caxton.
Oh,
Claws out.
brave men.
We were never losing from that point.
I know.
When they refused to seek shelter in the car park of the Caxton, even though the Foxtel had gone down behind them, that would have sent shockwaves through.
So no ad breaks.
Well, there was no content.
No Foxtel at all.
At all,
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
yep.
Hopefully it wasn't an ad break.
Yep.
I think maybe Jadyn Su'A saw those blokes or saw that content on the Win, Learn or Draw page and went
Distracted
through his
him.
head when he was diving over
Yeah, I think
to score that try.
I think it's safe to say that's exactly what happened.
Thank you, Hammy.
Yep.
All right, finally, let's move on to next week. Probably a pretty easy win coming up, I would say. One of the easiest kind of trips that you can do. I think Benji mentioned it in the audio clip we had before. He said it's one of the toughest trips you got to make is Melbourne in Melbourne. But
Melbourne, I think he called it as well.
Melbourne, that's right. Yeah, I get called Elliot down there as well,
Yep.
which is not my name. So Yeah, coming off, look, at the end of the day, the Storm are coming off a tough 85-minute loss.
Yep.
They played extra footy. Shorter turnaround.
Yep.
Because they played a day later than us. We are in the prime zone of $4.30 outsiders.
Oh, yeah.
Stands.
Yep.
We love that.
Absolutely love it.
And they know how to win, but we can teach as well.
Certainly.
We've proven that this year. We've won 2 games down there in the past.
Yep. I was at both of them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 2012 was the year I moved down there.
Right.
So I believe it was a Monday night game as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, huge.
I could be mistaken, but I think it was Monday night.
Yep. I remember those days. They were great days.
Yeah.
Football. Bring it back.
I know you've got some numbers and notes on the game here as well.
Yeah, some quantitative data.
Yeah.
We won 10-6. We had Bonos.
One for the purists.
Yeah. Well, wrestle. We'd lost Tim Milton to injury.
Don't know a Tim Milton that's played with. Oh, Molson. Why didn't you say so?
Not in my top 05 spot. It's Tim Milton. Tim Milton. Melbourne, all they were missing was Slater, Chambers, Cronk and Smith.
Yeah.
So
nobody's.
Apples and apples.
Yeah.
We were missing Molson. They were missing those 4 guys.
Yep.
Whatever. 2018, we won 10-8.
Yep.
Brooksy played well that game, I seem to remember. Another wrestle, another grind. They only had Felice Kafusi missing. So they had their full squad.
Yeah.
And we beat them 10-8.
I remember that one. We actually played them twice in the first 5 rounds. I think we knocked them off both times.
Huge.
I'm pretty sure, if memory serves.
Yeah, well, this one's just Melbourne, so I reckon
Yeah,
you might be right there.
And it was when Russell Packer was the captain of the club. I went to as a Tigers member, which I've been for many, many years. And even when I lived in Melbourne, if you live in Melbourne, and there are people that live in Melbourne that listen to this show because we've been getting DM'd about you guys coming down this week.
Oh.
So become a member if you're down there. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do the day or the night before a game. You go to the hotel that the players were staying at, and you got to meet the team, had a bit of a members thing for the Melbourne members.
Oh.
So I got to go. I got a photo with, at the time, Ivan Cleary, because it was when the on the bus stuff was going down, and I had my Mikey card in the photo because I was ready to get on the bus.
Oh, clever.
Yeah. So
lucky we mentioned that.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes ago.
Yep. Top of mind awareness through the roof on the Mikeys. Anyway, it was a great piece of content for about 6 weeks, and then he left us.
Yeah. Did you delete it, or is it still
No,
up?
I think it's still up.
Oh, that's good. Is that just on your personal page?
On my personals, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Simpler time.
Yeah, so, look, we've learned a fair bit down there.
Yep.
It's not like, but we've won twice.
Probably due for another one. Every 6 years we sort of win down there. So
Yeah, so,
could
yeah.
have been last year, but we're due.
But last year wasn't. Strike that from the record.
Yeah, yeah.
So I reckon we're due a win.
Yep.
$4.30 outsiders. I'd be going probably 1 to 12. Tigers 1 to 12.
Don't mind that.
If you don't mind it, gamble responsibly, obviously.
Be
but
responsible.
yeah, definitely have a crack. I think I've just put here as well, like, as far as educations go, Melbourne is genuinely a field trip.
Yep.
I think I've referenced it before. I said it's kind of like that Year 6 mandatory trip to Canberra, which you obviously didn't go on, I'm assuming.
No. I'd seen it all.
Did you have an alternate come to Sydney?
No, we did it. We did. I think Old Sydney Town when that was a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like it was basically where like the whole joint was like you'd gone back in time to like this settlement basically.
Oh, right.
So you do a bit of I'll get a lot of this wrong, but like stuff like panning for gold and like I don't know all the old kind of
okay.
federation-y sort of stuff.
That's well, we learn about the constitution of our country.
Yep.
So similar kind of vibe.
That was just ingrained in us down in Canberra growing up.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You and Mal Meninga.
Yep.
How are you feeling about the game this weekend?
Feeling good. I actually, honestly, ambush season. Let's go. Let's get down there. Rip and tear.
Yep.
The great friend of the show, Guru, said the same thing earlier today. He goes, I reckon there might be a little bit of a sneaky chance down there. Wouldn't completely rule them out. They're obviously a great team.
Yep.
Top 14 premiership favourites. Rarely lose in Melbourne.
Yep.
Harry Grant, bit of a question mark over him. I think with him out, if either him or Jerome Hughes are missing, they're beatable.
I think Hughes is nursing a shoulder injury too. So, question marks over him. Whereas I think we're fit again.
I think so. Fingers crossed, touch wood.
Been an
touch Aaron Woods.
Touch Aaron Woods.
Yep.
It's been a fortuitous season so far. Again, touch Aaron Woods. But we've basically been able to name the same 17 almost every week, which is really good stuff.
Yep, which I love.
Yeah, big game coming up. We'll be watching diligently.
Yep.
Taking notes for our episode next week. But as far as episode 10 goes, mate, I think that might just about do us. You can go home to bed.
Thank you. See if I can build on my 2 hours and 50 minutes of sleep.
I reckon you'll sleep well tonight.
I think I will. Apologies if I was a little bit slow out of the blocks, but just the thrill of talking about my team, which I love so much, has pushed me through.
And we're currently in the top 8, which is making the top 16 look like more and more of a probability.
I've got a bit of vertigo. Not used to being this high up the ladder.
Yes,
the last couple of years.
Well, we won and only went up 1 spot, which is a bit disappointing. But
got to buy in hand, though. Buy in hand.
I feel like a win this week. I tell you what, I reckon it's all but a done deal for the top 16. So, top 16.
Here we come.